2027 fit in? Mr. Gupta, the India-EU deal with the European Union is being called the Golden Standard Agreement. How was India able to pull this off? What changed that we have this in place?
I think we should start by understanding what was happening pre-2014, where India was in terms of its trade position. I've been part of meetings, trade negotiations with Switzerland, for example, way back. You will not believe me, but Switzerland, for example, refused to discuss trade with India because they had such a bad experience negotiating with India, India going back on its word, India not having clarity on what it wants. So from that position, we have come to a stage where nations are seeking India, seeking a deal with India. And the reason for that is, in my mind, very clear. For the first time, India is clear about what it wants and what it can give. So, for example, traditionally Indian trade negotiators have tried to negotiate on a certain issue, but then have caved in dramatically on that. So, there was a agriculture related trade negotiation in the early 90s, for example. This was around the time when World Trade Organization was being set up, and India was trying to protect its agriculture. As you know, farmers are nearly 40% of our workforce. And believe you me, the negotiations went downhill, and today Indian farmer can only get 0.3% of the support an American farmer gets. That is the difference in the negotiation skills and the power India had. Today, India negotiates from a belief in its people, a belief that 140 crore people are together representing India, and India negotiates as an equal. For example, in this particular agreement with Europe, apart from trade in goods and services, there is also a large chapter on mobility. So for all the young people over here, now there are more options available.
Yeah, that's what my question was. How do you make these people understand, the young India understand, because most of them might not be the commerce or the economy students. So what does this deal mean for this young India when we are talking about it?
I think the biggest difference is, as I was saying, you have more options to study, more options to work, more options to gain international exposure. So Europe has, for example, opened its doors for people from India. In fact, the deal is, I would say, so favorable towards India that the American trade minister, he's called US Trade Representative, came out and commented that the deal is more favorable towards India than EU. For all of you, there are more options available. It also means that Indian exports have a very large market available. Many of you, when you buy products in the market, you would interestingly see a label by stating export quality. How many people over here have seen a label called export quality? If you can raise your hands. Yeah, I think a few of you have seen. What does it mean? When you say export quality, it implies that the Indian quality is inferior to export quality. Now, with the deal with Europe, you will make sure that for the first time, Indian quality will be equivalent to global quality, because the quality required to export to Europe is very high standard. It requires high labor standards, high quality standards, high environment standards. And once you are able to export to Europe, then a lot of other markets like Japan, like US open up, because they demand equal levels of quality. So we will see very high quality manufacturing coming to India. So very, very lucrative jobs for all of you, and a number of things on the services side also. So for example, some of you are content creators, some of you are working in the, or will aspire to work in